their tax breaks, but damn, something wrong with these people, man. They spend all that time flying way over there for some BS.
and oh, they toot their little booty up. Oh, all right, Giles, you can do what you want to do with me. Trump laying down there so he can pee on him. Get him a golden shower.
He over there gripping so he can stop that war in Iran. That's what he's doing.
Maybe Giles gonna give him some crumbs off the table or something. I don't know. Man, he waiting on the crumb to come off the table. Cause he done gave him everything. He done gave all the chips that he all the goddamn chips that he said it
Yeah,
was
they
a
gave him that A, what was it, A 1200s or some shit.
every
They
last
supposed
one
to be
of
lower
our
grade chips.
every one of our high tech chips that they said was a national secret. He done gave them all to us. Here, you have all of them, so you can get some business. And they too stupid to realize that China really didn't even want them motherfucking chips. Gave me out anyway. Them people, them CEOs who went over there with him, I wonder what they got to say. They done rode over there on a 16 hour on the motherfucking plane, land, and they can't get shit but a motherfucking dinner. They got a goddamn dinner. And they go back home. They ain't got shit.
They mad as shit.
They
You know they telling their wives right now. Waste my damn time for that BS.
wasted our time for this bullshit here. We ain't got nothing. We ain't got no more than we had before we left. Goddamn.
China is not gonna open their doors to none of these people.
None of them. None of them. None of them. And I guess the farmers on the Midwest, well, maybe he might buy a few soybeans and shit. God damn it, he done already got soybeans and shit. They got enough soybeans from Brazil and Argentina to last them for 5 years. The hell, they want to buy some of our soybeans and laying on the ground. Oh, oh man. Ted, God damn. Oh, I don't know what the hell to say, man.
And then we can say, bro, this stuff is getting so ridiculous. I'm just trying to figure out where the hell is this country going? Where are these people going? You got the billionaires falling like a bunch of turds, and then you got these wackos running around and trying to destroy the country along with him. It's crazy.
Now you gonna come back over to the United States and bully everybody around here, but he go over there and get his ass
Oh,
tore out.
cause he gonna be pissed. He gonna be pissed. He ain't get nothing done. He gonna act like he got a whole lot done. He gonna put on a performance.
At Po Taiwan, they might well just gone over there and join China right now and be done with
There it is. You said it right there.
they might well go
You
over
said
there and
it.
do
Just
and,
forget
and
about it.
just forget about it and go over there and do like Hong Kong did it and go over there and join them and be done with it. Stop the bull.
Yeah, just go on.
It's gone. They gone. Trump done gave 'em up.
Yep. And my advice: any businesses that's over there better leave real quick. And I'm sure we got plenty of Americans over
And even Fox News asking them to say, well, Donald, what did they say about this? What did they say about that? No, y'all said that everything's all right. what happened to Iran? Is he gonna help you with Iran? Oh yes, he says he wants peace in Iran, and he ain't selling no arms. Giving arms, he ain't giving arms to Iran. No,
No, he ain't selling them. He's giving them away.
giving them. He ain't
They
got
got
nothing to do with.
they
They
got a
said
trade deal.
they said soon as he got on that goddamn plane for the 16-hour flight, Iran started loading up tankers and shit to come to China. So they line them up, filling them up with oil, and sending them to China. He ain't got a leg to stand on. He can't even tell them that, well, we're going to let your oil through or nothing. Because Iran already loaded the ships up and started sailing them, and they heading to China right now. About 15 of them, full of oil. Oh man.
When you don't know what you're doing and you don't know how to negotiate, this man is. Whew. And like I said, the market hit 50 last night or today, 50, and that's his savior right there. And all these billionaires doing is just because of the tax breaks, they're just buying back stock. That's all they're doing. Keep their pricing up. But that's okay.
While he's sitting over there, just kissing up on y'all's butt, they got the BRICS. The BRICS countries is over in India making deals, and they got Bucharest over there with every European Union country there, plus Japan, South Korea, all of them sitting over there, while Trump's selling them down the creek, and they know it. They over there trying to figure out what they're going to do. Japan, and they're getting ready to come up with it and make a deal with Iran for the oil, open up the straits, and Trump
Yeah,
can't do shit about it.
another thing.
They getting ready to make a deal with Iran and pay them whatever Iran want, and so they can ships can get through.
Well, China deal is he want to get rid of that petrodollar. Bring the dollar down here in America. They secretly trying to destroy this country themselves, along with Donald Trump. So Donald Trump is doing a good job, and he's doing a good job. Hey, I just want to bring this up. I think somebody's listening to me. One of the mayors, I think it was in Detroit, said that they was going to open up 13 to 18 community centers and keep them open till 11 o'clock so the kids can have some place to go. And
Somebody,
this is what these cities should do,
somebody
and
need to do. Somebody need to do something to it.
yeah,
Really,
I mean, they need to be building these small community centers so they can have these kids have something to do, and then at the same time provide these little. You remember those little programs they used to have us do when we was teenagers?
yep.
What was the name of that? Damn. Oh man, I can't think of the name of it, but shoot, I cut grass, man. I made me, and at that time, I think they only paid me like $3.75 an hour. But I had money in my pocket. I worked for the summer. 15 years old, cutting grass, slinging grass. That's what
Mm.
these little kids, that's what they need, man. All of them need a little job. If it ain't but 20 hours a week, keep a little change in their pocket.
Put the money in their pocket. Put a little, buy them a wallet so they can keep their money in their pocket. Put a little money
Yeah.
there. Keep them from being hungry.
And the thing is, here in Florida, certain parts of Florida here, they got a group, and they've done this in Chicago, and they've been doing it here for the last 5, 6 years now. They'll come together and on the internet and say we're gonna attack this place or we're gonna attack that place, and they have about 100 and some people swarm into a store and start grabbing everything. We had that happened last week. They caught 22 of them or 17 of them. All of them was underage because they know, even though they're gonna get a record, but they're underage. This is what
Juvenile.
they're doing, you know. And some of it for some people is just fun and daring, and some of them they want that stuff. They need that stuff. So, but like I said, man, just open up these centers, man. Open up these schools so these people have something to do and get some good supervisors, some police force, and that'll cut down a whole lot of mess. You know what our parents used to say, idle mind is the devil's workshop.
Yep.
And I used to stay working. I used to work all the time, bro. Keep money in my pocket. Wasn't a whole lot of money, but it was a little something in my pocket.
Yep. We all had to do something if we wanted to keep some in our pocket, cause shit. Mm. Yeah, we all had some of those jobs to work in the summertime. We just hell shit. My parents didn't even how to see me the whole summer because I'd be out working and hustling and working and hustling. Like only time I got back there, I come back there and went to sleep, changed clothes, and hit the streets again.
Yep.
And let no grass grow under my feet, people. There wasn't no grass growing under my feet because I was always out doing something, trying to hustle and do this, hustle and do that, and whatever it took. That's what I did. Go out, talk to people and stuff. They tell me, man, look, Bishop, you can go down there, man. They out there working in the field. Uh, they chopping corn out of the soybeans, $1.25 an hour. Shit, I said, head on up there, get out in their field and put me a hat on my head and pull that corn out of them soybeans.
Yeah. See, people, even though Ed and I both came from Chicago, we moved out to the country. And we was able, and in Chicago, you can do a little hustle too.
Man, shit, I hustled to Chicago up there, man. Shoot, whew-wee. That's why my parents got me out of there. Shit, I was, shit, I had me a little gang. We ran around with a gang. We got our own little gang on our little block. And the old man said, "No, we got to get y'all out of here. I ain't getting my kids in no damn gangs." So he headed out to Pembroke. Mm, mm, mm. Hopkins Park, they called it. Sin City.
Don't go there, Ed.
Yes, it was. They were saying they call it Sin City. Man, they had an article
I said, don't go there.
they had an article in Life magazine calling it Sin City. Yes, sir. Man, shoot. The front was a thing, but it was booming. Booming. A lot of money was made. A lot of money was made there. Yes, man, shoot. I if I had the time, I could probably write a book, man, about all that stuff that we did out there, Spickler Park, going out there, swimming down that water hole. So- oh,
That's one thing I didn't do. I never went into that water hole.
yes, I did, man. I spent a lot of my summers was in that water hole, man. We walked all the way from the house, walked down that dirt road, went out
That was
there,
a nice
Spickler
little
Park.
place from where you were. Nice little
Man,
walk.
yes, sir. We walked every day. Walked down there and walked back home. By the time we got back home, we were nice and dry. Yes, sir. I learned how to swim out there in that hole. The boy throw my big butt man over in that deep water, and I had to swim to get out of there. You going out there, boy? They drug me out to that water. Hollering and screaming. Shoot, after that, shoot, I swim all the way across that daggone thing, all the way around everywhere. But anyway, people, we learn how to live without getting involved in a lot of gangs. You learn how to go out and earn a living, take care of yourself, learn how to fix stuff up. Man, raise your own animals, your food, chickens in the yard. got a few, got a few hogs in the back.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Oh man.
that was the best life I ever had.
Yes. Oh man, get out every year. It's summertime. You get June and stuff with blueberry picking time, and in August and stuff with blackberries. Get out in the woods, pick blueberries, get them blackberries and stuff in August, right before school start. Man, those were some good old times, people. We did a lot of stuff and everything up in the woods. Had a hustle going on. Lived on a hill, uh, sand pit at the bottom of the hill. Cars get stuck. We
Make some money.
make some money, go down there, hey, man. We get you out. How much? We cheaper than a tow truck. Get me
They become experts at that shit.
the expert, man. Come out there. We,
We
I
already
love
have all the equipment and everything.
everything. We got our shovels up there. We got our
Got our
boards.
boards.
Got our boards and everything. Get them out. Get them ready and say, hey, man, we get you all together. We're going to get that dirt out money, put that board underneath it, jack it up, get that board underneath it, and thing, and say, hey, now, when we get you going and stuff, don't stop until you get to the top of that hill. But a couple of them ran off and would pay us, so we had to, so, bro, up front, you got to pay us up front because we can't trust you because a couple of you boys ran off with our money. He didn't pay us. We get our $3, $4, depending on how bad they got stuck, how we charge, little light sticking and stuff is $2. Heavy sticking, that was $6. Good $6, man. They buried it, up to their axles and stuff. That's $6. Get about that. A lot of work, got a lot of digging of dirt. Soon as they leave, we get the boys back out and throw the dirt back down in the hole and everything, so they get stuck again. The next one comes through. You made a lot of money, buddy, on there. Some of them didn't get through. Oh, damn, he done got through. Yeah. We gonna get somebody. Make some money. Oh boy. All this stuff we're telling you folks is the absolute gospel truth. I'm telling you, it's the absolute truth. It might sound bad, some of it, but it's the absolute truth. That's what we had to do to live. Yes, sir. we done saw a lot of stuff, boy, that you had probably would never want to see. I can't tell you all about everything that went on.
I know.
Can't tell you everything. But anyway, we had this. I'm Ted. I really am. I'm just sitting up in here, man. I'm ashamed. I really am. I am absolutely ashamed.
Well, my concern is that, and I've said this before, where are our statesmen? People with a good heart, people that's for justice, righteousness, and fairness. Where's our statesmen? Where's the good people? I was listening to Yvette. She's from Dulce, and she was saying that she was going back in a little bit of time, talking about that representative from South Carolina. He's 80 years old, and she was saying that there are people we were thinking, and at least I'll say I'm thinking, that we had a whole lot of political savvy, a lot of political power in the Capitol. And what he was fighting for and wanted to bring to the table in the Capitol, the voters' rights bill, to strengthen it up. They turned him down. They turned him down. Do we have anybody, that's for us? I don't know. I don't know where we're going. Like the Black Caucus they made their stand and they made their little speech and sounded pretty and good, and they calling the head of the Supreme Court John Crow. So and like I say, I'm a realist. Like we have to be real with the people. I'm telling you, we are in a bad situation here. Now, if all of us go and vote, and then those, as Joe Reed calls them, spicy whites, progressive white folks vote, and the people that are more moderate and they vote to their own interests, which would be the Democratic Party, we can take it over. When I say we, I'm talking about the Democratic Party, but they got to do stuff. Now, mind you, yeah, this man should be impeached, but the most important thing is to get stuff done. You got to convince him to change his ways. once you get power. Because I don't believe J.D. Vance, he would be worse. Because he is definitely ain't nothing but a puppet. So I don't know. I don't know what their strategy is, and I have no idea because, we are not in the loop, people. We're not getting hardly any information on what's going on. I'm sure that people are having conference calls and meetings and strategizing and calling people up and trying to figure out how can we find out our political power. How strong is our political power? We're only 14% of the population, bro. And, when they have gutted, these maps, when you don't have representation, what are we going to do? So it's the strategy. What could be the best strategy? That's what I'm trying to figure out. The only strategy I know is that you got to get a whole lot of young volunteers to go out and knock on these doors, train these people up real quick, summer jobs. Train these people, give them 2 weeks of training, and get out there and knock on these doors and convince these people to vote Democratic for their own best interests. That's the only thing I can see. Having those rallies is wonderful and fine, but you gotta convince these people and give them information on what the Democratic vision is. You can't rely now on just because Donald Trump is doing a horrible job, because they're gonna vote for Donald Trump no matter what. But there are people right now that's out there that you can persuade. So that's my solution. Hire these summer people, give them a summer job, give them $500 a week, or whatever, and get about 20, 30,000 of them, and let them hit the streets. Those that are interested in politics. Some of them get, promise them internships and, promise them, getting internships, if not with the government, with corporations. You got to get these young people involved. You got to convince them that we are the best party, that we're going to make a change.
Let me dump a wet rag on you here. In the 1950s, late 1950s, a 26-year-old man went into Alabama to a little bit town, Selma. He was 26 years old. He didn't ask nobody. Nobody told him, and he didn't ask nobody. He knew what needed to be done, and he went out there and did it. We have no business, us, all the other older folks and stuff, in Congress or wherever they are out there in the whole area, trying to tell these young folks what the hell to do. They have to have it within them to do what needs to be done. In the 1960s and stuff and everything, our parents didn't tell us that we had to go and get black history and stuff in our school. We did it our damn self. We said this is what we want, and we did it. and our parents supported us. They didn't tell us what to do. They didn't tell us how to do it. Those kids, when they went down there and got into those lunch counters and stuff and everything, the old people didn't tell them what they had to do. They just went and did it. When they went and crossed that the bridge down there, Edmund Pettus Bridge, there nobody old folks had to tell us what the heck to do. We went out there and did it ourselves. If our young people and stuff do not have the fight and stuff in them and understand that there's something wrong and get themselves together and to get out there and do what need to be done, we in trouble.
Uh-oh.
We didn't have to
Uh-oh.
worry about that, Ted. You know that. And when
Uh-oh.
we would civil rights came about and stuff, us young folks went out there and we started the daggone fight. Matter of fact, the older folks and shit was scared most of the time. Y'all young folks, y'all ain't gonna been going out there and doing it. Shoot, we ain't nobody stop us and slow us down. Some of our parents and stuff, they supported us, but a lot of them and stuff were afraid. We can't get out there and do that. Oh, that's too much. We got out there and did what we had to do. Young folks went out there and took the initiative on ourselves to get it done. Nobody had to tell us what to do. So
But
if they
Ed,
can't,
Ed, we look,
if our young people can't get out there and get in their 20s and stuff, or 21s and 30s and stuff, get out there and do what need to be done, I don't know what the hell to say.
but Ed, we live in a different world now.
It doesn't matter. We cannot make people get out there and do something. The old the older folks will tell you, you can't raise grown people. They have to be able to go and do the things that they need to be done. We can't tell them what the heck to do. They have to get out there and do it. They have to have that gumption to do it.
They
Are
ain't
we
feeling it, Ed. They don't feel the pressure.
then we in trouble then, like I just said. We in trouble because we can't make them do anything. The young folks. We can't. That's
They
not
ain't
our
feeling the
thing.
pressure, bro.
That's not us. We can't do that because they have to have it inside of them to go out there and do it because the fight, Ted, you know what that fight is going to be. Somebody going to get hurt. Somebody going to get killed. Somebody is not going to make it through it because it's going to be a fucking war. And if you ain't got it in you, you get out there and do it yourself. There's no way that anybody or Gola folks or people in their 60s or whatever can make young folk get out there and do anything. They have to realize, and they might have a better plan and stuff that we don't even know about.
Well, one thing for sure, I know this for a fact. They are aware. And
then
when
they
I say
then
they,
then maybe they doing something and everything that we don't know about. Like you said, it's a different world out there, social media and all that stuff. Maybe they got a social media plan to get out there and do what need to be done that we don't know about. That we, because our thing was to get on the ground and stuff and everything and walk and march and do what we had to do. Maybe the marching days is over with. Maybe the their days and stuff is on the internet and stuff. Get out there on the internet and do their thing there.
well,
Whatever
they're
trips they
definitely
trigger.
they're definitely aware of our history more than we were. As far as that goes, because they didn't teach us shit about our history. We had to learn it on our own. So they are aware of all of the stuff that's going on. The thing is, I just don't like where some of them be coming thinking that, you know, I don't know. It's a mixed bag, I guess, for some of these young people. There's so many other Caucasians and other type people, that is for doing the right things. But how do they strategize? That's the question. Like you said, they probably are doing something. They probably are gathering and communicating, and a lot of them get on these chats. Hundreds and thousands of them get on these chats. So it's a lot of stuff going on, bro, that we don't know about. I really believe that. So it's just a matter of finding out, and because if things don't we'll see. You know, we'll see. That's all I gotta say. Cause here we are in May. We got June, July, August, September. We got 4 months, 5 months.
And if you ain't got a whole full blown plan going on by September and stuff and everything, we don't lost November. You can't wait till the last minute to get it done. You got to have a plan already in action and stuff and ready to go.
I agree.
There may be some ready to go, but if you waiting until August to get it done and stuff and everything, you is in trouble. You in
Yep,
damn bad trouble because you can't get it done in no 2 months.
I agree.
It's it
I
is
saw them young
impossible.
boys. I saw them young guys in Tennessee. Man, they bold and they back. They spine is strong. Unbelievable. I'm telling you, bro. I saw them young. I saw they ain't young, but some of them brothers that was in Louisiana strong. I ain't heard nobody from Mississippi yet.
So people,
I haven't heard anything from Georgia yet. You know your governor just did his thing, right? He's doing the
he's
same thing.
he's term limited, so he's just sitting there trying to figure out what his next move is. I don't think he's worried about what they're going on here. You know, our governor, he's term limited, he's done. And like we talked about earlier, he might be uh, setting his sights on a presidential run or something and everything, because he's really not doing a whole heck of a lot, man. He's not being seen out there. He's not doing a whole heck of a lot. He's got bills and stuff that's sitting on his desk waiting to be signed and stuff into law. He's also said that he's not going to follow the path and stuff of Alabama and South Carolina and immediately start redistricting their things so they can take these black folks out of the uh, congressional districts and stuff and everything and move and split them all up so they will no longer be representatives and stuff in the Congress. Mississippi and stuff and everything, I guess they trying to they back and forth and stuff and everything if they want to take Benny Thompson and stuff out of his sixth seat and everything about up his district and everything so he can't run again or if he runs and stuff and everything he's gonna be in the district and stuff and everything that probably won't elect him and stuff because there'd be too many other folks and stuff, Republicans and stuff who ran against him. You won't have no sure path and stuff into the Congress. They're already talking about taking Jim Clyburn's district and stuff and everything and splitting it up and everything. And they said he's too old anyway. He's 80-something years old. He don't need that seat. So they're taking this district and South Carolina said, fuck, we doing that shit right now. But Georgia says that they're not going to do theirs until after get ready for 2028, which is the presidential election and stuff and everything. So, and the Republicans here in the state of Georgia and stuff and everything, they are in a how do you say it? They're in a they're in a position and stuff and everything where they kind of teeter and stuff, and they don't know exactly which way they want to go. They don't know who actually going to be their leader and stuff now because there's so many Republicans and stuff who are in a leadership role and everything who are running for governor, and their focus and stuff is on their governorship. And they also have MTG here and everything, and she's wielding a lot of power and stuff around here. So they're not expecting her to run again for anything and stuff, but she's going to be a she's going to be a kingmaker and stuff here in Georgia right now. There's a black guy and stuff who's a retired general. He's running to uh, win her seat there here in her district and stuff here in Georgia. And this special election happened, the white guy and stuff came along and beat him out. But there were a lot of people and stuff after the election was over with and everything realized that their district had changed. And they didn't know that a lot of voters out there didn't know that the district had been changed, and a lot of people and stuff who would have voted for him to let the black guy and stuff win weren't didn't wasn't there because the Democratic Party, like we've been talking about, is in such disarray. And if anything, that is what's going to hurt us and stuff in the midterm elections and stuff because the Democrats, especially these state parties and stuff and everything, they are they're in bad shape. They they are they screwed up. Nobody knows what they're going on, and nobody and stuff wants to take charge and stuff and start leading the Democratic organizations. So and the Democratic organization and stuff, that guy and stuff and everything, he ain't worth a shit. We haven't heard nothing from him or anything at all. He hasn't exerted his any kind of power at all, other than in Texas when they screwed Jasmine Crockett out of her seat. Other than that, we haven't heard nothing from him. And this guy and stuff here, I forget his name. He's a general and stuff. And the white folks love him. They love that black man. And a bunch of them after the election was over said that if they had known that they were in his district and stuff and everything, they would have went out and voted for him. But the state of Georgia and stuff did not give clear voting information and stuff to the voters out there in each one of those districts and stuff that they had redrawn all those districts. We got a black guy and stuff here. Man, his name was Scott. He died, and his district and stuff is going to be redrawn. They already redrew it and everything, and it looks like a fucking snake and everything to keep Republicans in power. And so now, since Scott has died and everything, they're going to take his district and stuff and divide it up again and everything, so there won't be any Democrat and stuff and everything who's going to win his daggone seat. So we got a lot of stuff going on here in Georgia and stuff that most people are not talking about. We got a black woman who's running for governor, um, and she used to be the mayor here of Atlanta, but the Democratic Party is what do you, they is such they just so tattered and stuff and everything and so screwed up that it's a mess to it. I'm telling you, it is an absolute mess. And like we've been talking about here, if these Democrats don't get their shit together and start doing something and everything and giving some guidance and some leadership and everything to the people and stuff in this party, we're going to have a difficult time and start winning in that damn midterm, even though Trump is in a bad position and stuff and everything, and the Republicans in a bad position. They got the money to back them up. And the Democrats are just not showing any leadership at all. Nobody is leading the Democratic Party at all. Nowhere. So
Well,
it,
somebody's controlling the money.
according to some people out there, they said the Democrat Party and stuff has raised a lot of money and stuff this last quarter, and much more money than they ever raised in a quarter and stuff and everything. But there's no leadership there. I don't even know this guy. He's from Minnesota and stuff and everything. He's supposed to be the daggone Democratic chairman. And
I've heard him
hell,
speak several times, and he talks a good game, that's for sure. And he claimed that he's doing a lot of stuff under the table and doing a lot of things.
he needs to tell these folks here in Georgia. He needs to tell these folks in South Carolina and in Alabama and in Mississippi and in Texas, Louisiana. He needs to be getting down here and stuff and doing something with these folks down here to get themselves together because we Democrats here, and I know here in Georgia, are frustrated here. We are frustrated. We don't know what's going on. We don't know where the party stands at, where they at, or what's going on. Nothing. You got to tell the people what the heck's happening. You can't wait until, like I said, September to tell people what the heck's going on. You got to start telling folks and stuff now. Start building something now, and it's not happening. We're not even getting any emails and stuff to it like we used to do for fundraisers. Usually there's, man, we get my mailbox is full of, we need money for this, we need money for that. I'm not seeing it.
Hmm.
I am not seeing it. I'm not seeing any emails at all asking for money, begging money, even though I'm giving it to them. I'm not seeing them. Anybody saying I need money to fundraise? The only one that's been had done it is the gentleman and stuff who's running for the U.S. Senate and stuff and everything. Who um, he might have, but he's pretty strong out there. He 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 has a lot of stuff going on and stuff for himself and everything, and he got a lot of people, even Republicans and stuff, who are backing him up. And from what I've been hearing and stuff, a lot of folks said that they don't see anybody out there in the Republican Party in the senatorial primary or the general election who's going to beat him. So but we don't know.
Well, here in Florida is just a mess. I haven't seen hardly any commercials of the governorships. I haven't heard any speaking engagements on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I saw that McDonald, he'd be trying to go out and talk to the people, but he getting lambasted, and that's it. And a couple of people I know that's running, but here's the thing: what I found out today, and I don't know how true it is, but Jasmine Crockett might be thinking about running for president, bro.
Who?
Jasmine Crockett,
I haven't heard that.
yeah, 2028.
I haven't heard that.
She said if AOC can be considered, she can be considered. She didn't say that literally. I'm just saying.
Well, what I heard from her is that once she is done with her term and stuff there in Congress and stuff in January and stuff, she says that she's going to be spending the bulk of her time out there on the campaign trail, helping candidates and stuff out, going around trying to figure out what's going on and get candidates elected. She said that's going to be her job to do that. I haven't heard her say anything about running for the presidential spot, but I have seen, Ted, there are a lot of people out there and stuff and everything who thinking about putting their name in the hat on the Republican and the Democratic side. A lot of people out there. I mean, there's probably at least 20 or 30 people out there on both sides and stuff who are running. They got regular folks and stuff who are politicians and stuff and everything, and then they got shit, man, governors and stuff and everything who are running for the Democrats and Republican side. I think it's going to be whew, from the way it looks and stuff now. A lot of people are going to be throwing as soon as this midterm is over, we're going to be start throwing their name in that hat for the presidential election. A lot of people.
Well,
And I hear Kamala is considering doing it over again, trying it again, putting her name out there in the hat. And I heard that, and it looked like she's actively out there, going around the country and everything and stuff, and visiting and talking with people and everything, and talking with other candidates and stuff out there, and doing what she can, doing a lot of speaking engagements and stuff and everything, and testing the water.
Well, the best man win. It's a fair. Anybody can run for president. You're over 35. You're an American citizen. Born in America.
Oh yeah. So it's it's going to be a lot of money, Ted, and stuff put out there and stuff and everything, but for these candidates and stuff, they're vying for those campaign dollars, and the pot's big, man. There's a lot of folks out there and stuff and everything who are passing out money and stuff and everything, and doing these researches and stuff and
Well, let's
everything.
talk about that.
Huh?
Let's talk about that. When you're talking about money, you're talking what? Pretty close to $7 to $10 billion.
Close to it or more.
And you know, and they have these little weak debates, you know, because they don't want to have a candidate to flub up, say something that would go all over the internet or in the major news stations. And we have someone that flubs up every time he opens his mouth. So these people are scared to say what's on their heart and their mind because, you know, they want donations. And I like the fact that Gavin Newsom's governor, he he says what's on his mind. He might not be in depth. I mean, I would vote for him if he won the nomination, but he wouldn't be my choice. He wouldn't be my choice. I don't know who should be the nominated. I have no idea. There's a lot of good people that's out there. The governor of Arkansas. You got Kamala Harris. You got the governor of Pennsylvania. You got a number of people that's out there that's good. But here we are in 2026, and people just sort of kind of, I guess they're just filling things out. A lot of people are going to these little suburban areas now and filling things out and seeing how it goes. But the presidency is important, but it's not the only thing. But it seems like when the presidency come around, a lot of people all over the country get involved. We had two record voters, people voting in the last two terms, and still we only had 60% of the participation, if that. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm a realist. I like to look at the facts, and that's the facts.
Mm-hmm.
People are not engaged.
Well,
I don't
there
know
are there are
what
some
does it
people
take.
there are some people out there, Ted, who are engaged and stuff and everything in different parts of the country. Uh, let's look at, you mentioned Pennsylvania, you mentioned a couple other folks, but I'm gonna say something to you about it, about our old state of Illinois. They just went through that primary and the Democratic primary and stuff and everything. And just the lieutenant governor, who was a woman, won the nomination for the U.S. Senate. And for all purposes and stuff and everything, she's probably going to win. So we're going to have another black woman and stuff who's going to be a U.S. senator. Now, let's look at the governorship. J.B. Pritzker, if he wanted to, I don't know if they got term limits and stuff there in Illinois or not, but I do know that he's just finishing up his second term. So, and he's got his eyes and stuff on the presidential election. Now, out of all those folks and stuff who probably out there, potential presidential candidates and stuff who want to run, he's the only one that don't need any money. He got his own money. He can damn near fund his own daggone campaign. He's probably worth about $6 billion and stuff right now. So he ain't out there looking for any money and stuff. He's just out there looking to see what kind of power that he can get. So we might have a potential presidential candidate and a U.S. Senate seat and everything that's going to be all tied up by the Democrats there out of Illinois. Now, Josh Shapiro, who is in Pennsylvania, he is he's jockeying and stuff for that to run for the presidential, candidate for the president. Being Jewish, he's probably got a lot of them Jewish dollars and stuff who probably going to back him up and everything. So he's probably going to have he probably going to be sitting strong and stuff there for that race there in Pennsylvania. California, we all know that Gavin Newsom going to probably run. He's got his name already in the hat. He's just not having officially put it out there. So we got some very, very strong candidates and stuff and everything out there. Now, I have no idea what AOC gonna do because she got, from what we've been hearing and stuff, she's got uh, a hell of a job trying to keep her seat in Congress. Because
Really?
yeah, she's got some strong folks and stuff and everything that are running against her in her congressional seat. So she may not even be able to win her seat back there in Congress. We don't know. I think she better get her mind off the presidency and everything and think about maybe winning her daggone seat
Well,
there.
one time they was talking about she was going to run against Schumer.
Well, you can't be in jeopardy of losing your seat in Congress in your district and then trying to run for anything higher than that, especially there in that big ass state of New York. Now, anybody who's going to run against Schumer there in New York better have some money and they better have some name recognition. She ain't got no money. She got name recognition, but she don't have any money. She don't have that money to beat them out. Them Jews and stuff, they're gonna do the best they can to keep Schumer in office if he wants to keep on running. So whoever decides that they want to challenge Schumer, they better come with it. And I don't see anybody in New York right now and stuff who got enough power to come at it, other than the governor.
Well, you got Cory Booker.
He's in New Jersey.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is he really wants to be president. He says all the right things. He don't overstep his boundary. He tries to keep the word black out of his mouth. Poor and disenfranchised people is his term.
Now I'll tell you one other person and stuff and everything that they better watch out for. That's Buttigieg. Old Pete is going out there in the Midwest through Iowa, Nebraska, all them little small states with them very heavy conservative folks and stuff and everything. He's making himself known out there. They better watch out for him. He is doing a hell of a job out there, man. He's doing town halls and stuff, man, that packing the houses and stuff. There ain't nobody saying anything about it. He just did one in Nebraska and stuff the other day, and the place he did in one of the schools there, and man, he had that place was packed, man, with white folks, conservative white folks, packed for that boy. He's doing one hell of a job setting himself up and everything for another run at the presidency. They better look out for him. If he doesn't get it, he's gonna be a hell of a candidate to beat. Final word, Ted.
Well, it's hard for me to say anything about the president because we don't know nothing. And the information we're going to get, we know it's going to be BS. It's hard for me to say anything about the Black Caucus because we don't know nothing. And it's hard for me to talk about the news, even in business, because it's all polluted. I was looking at the Bitcoins and down to 71,000 a coin, and I heard this senator, and I was trying to get her name, but she was very, I would say, handsome lady, blonde, blue-eyed. I don't know what state she's from, and she was saying that the goal is to get that Bitcoin to get into the regular markets to help bring that debt down. So now we talked about this Bitcoin and currency and virtual currency and all that stuff years ago, and how the government was looking at that portion, and that was the ultimate goal, obviously, because they spending money like it's going out of style. We're already 2 trillion over the budget, so and now we're gonna be even more, probably 3. So, and these people don't, the money is flowing for them because they can just spend money willy nilly. We're paying $1 million, over $1 million plus in interest, and the military is going to be right around $2 trillion. That's 3 trillion. You got Medicare, Medicaid. That's another 2 trillion. So they have no way of getting back to normal, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They have no way. There's no trying to, unless they cut. They cutting everything when it comes to social safety nets.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the big tickets, they ain't cutting. They spending money willy nilly, different kinds of ways. So, but like I say, I have hope.
Yep. One thing I forgot to mention to the audience out there, the Trump administration has just announced that they are going to hold back $1.3 billion from the state of California to cover the Medicaid payments.
Of course.
So they're gonna hold it back because they are saying that they haven't done enough to eliminate corruption and stuff in their Medicaid program, which I'm pretty sure that the California Attorney General will be filing charges and stuff about them holding their money back, and they'll probably get it next month. They'll be the court that set it back and tell them you got to release that money and stuff and give it back to California. You can't hold their money up like that. But why the Trump administration does that and everything to these blue states and everything, it's just ridiculous and stuff that they are doing that because
It's
they're
just
just spinning.
messing with people.
It is, and they spinning their wheels and stuff and everything. They got enough court cases and stuff going on right now, and why you want to continue to do this stuff and everything? You just lost one, I think, in New York and a couple other states and everything. They have to put their
California's
money back.
GDP is $3 trillion.
They'll get their money sold. But anyway, it's just that was just ridiculous and stuff what they did and everything and stuff to them and why they
That
just
JD
screwing
Vance
with
just
them.
trying to whatever.
That was screwed up. So anyway, you folks in California, y'all, you're looking for a little Medicaid money. It's going to be held up for a while. So another Trump mishap or whatever and stuff and everything, stumble, but they just keep on doing it. So I guess there must be some kind of reasoning and stuff behind them doing it other than that bullshit because what they said, why they held the money up and everything is just ridiculous. They're not even, it's sickening. Anyway, people, I guess tomorrow and stuff and everything, our folks and stuff over there in Beijing will be get back on the plane and heading off back here, United States. And he'll probably be landing on Saturday sometime, and I'm gonna be looking forward to that news thing that he's gonna be doing and everything when he hits the soil. It's gonna be it's gonna be a huge focus and stuff on him getting off that plane and what the hell he got to say if he gonna open his mouth. But old puppy dogs like that and everything, they get back home and everything, they think they tough there. He talked loud. They said shit close to the house. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.